When scientists are trying to increase the flow of a river during dry seasons and droughts, the key thing they need to understand is what water sources are feeding into that river at different times of year. In order to answer that big question, they need to go small.
Like really small. Like really small. Whee!
We're literally looking at the water molecules themselves and the isotopes that comprise those molecules in a sample of water.
Isotopes are really telling us where is the water coming from. It's not a tracer, so we don't inject anything in the water. We are just using the isotopes to give us a signature of the water.
You can think of these isotopic signatures like a water molecule's fingerprints. But how do these fingerprints develop? Every water molecule is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. But not every atom of oxygen or hydrogen has the same mass because they can have different numbers of neutrons. For those of you who slept through chemistry, an atom is made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Because of those differences in neutrons, the element oxygen, for example, has slightly heavier or slightly lighter varieties, and these varieties are called isotopes.
When we think about these different water molecules, how these slight mass differences and how they move through the hydrologic system from evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and then flowing through the groundwater system and streams, there are certain points in the hydrologic cycle that require more energy to move those relatively heavier water molecules through the system.
Think about water molecules evaporating from a lake. The lighter molecules are going to evaporate first because it takes less energy for them to move, while the heavier molecules are going to remain in the lake. So light molecules turn into condensation. But when that condensation turns into precipitation, the heavier molecules are going to fall first.
And there are many different factors in the water cycle that could modulate or influence this. It could be anything from what's the temperature, what elevation are we operating at, where are we in a storm track.
All this sifting is what causes a water molecule in a body of water to develop their unique fingerprints. That means when researchers take a sample of water from the Scott River, where I grew up, they can tell approximately where that water originated.
We did see a transition where we went from more snowmelt, surface water dominated regime in the late spring, early summer, over to one that became more groundwater dominated later in the year.
Because groundwater is so important to the health of the entire watershed, the team Audra's a part of is digging deep to find ways to keep the aquifer healthy throughout the year. And so far, the research is going pretty well.